Hey, welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Dead in Vinland, the game where everybody just wants to be a good boy. Look at this Valor, he's even changed positions. It's only been like 10 seconds since I last looked at this guy, and he went from his headline. I want to see how this works. I think I've got everybody where I want them. I'm guessing I do. You already got wood or food. How are we fixed though? We can always feed it to Doggo. We can always hang it. So you can go out again. Yeah, so we are going to roll this over. I want to see how the dog thing works. Like I promised in the last video, we're gonna check out. Whoa, what just happened? Did somebody get injured? There was a chance of crits too. Something about crits would reduce depression when you perform well at a station. I thought that was interesting and really kind of scratched my darkest dungeon itch, so to speak. So did we get any bones? Material probably, right? I guess I'll have to go back and look at the video. Did we get bones? I don't think we got bones. No, we didn't get any bones. Would it tell me? Well, it would tell me over here when I go into here and check the status what our bone inventory is. And I didn't have him. Yeah, I had him fetching. Yeah, because he went down to 8. Okay. So you're well fed. We didn't properly take care of our food situation, so we've got a lot of excess. Did you get milked? Yes, you did. You didn't. We've got a lot of excess meat on the inventory here. Okay. It said it made traps better to make them more worthwhile. I think they're excellent. They're a good way to store meat. You can keep meat kind of in the chamber, so to speak, and not have it be a problem. Although I think that might be kind of gaming the system a little bit, but I'm cool with it. Yeah, over here, did somebody get hurt? Did you get hurt? No. Did you get hurt? I could have sworn I saw like a negative crushed fingers. Oh, crafting down by 10. Interesting. Huh. Didn't have much of an effect on him, but that's okay. It's a strange little thing. So let's just keep going through here. I think injury, depression, and sickness are good ones, because fatigue you're going to lose overnight anyway. Hunger has never really been much of an issue. It's injury, we're going to get injured in battles. We're going to get injured getting food. Depression, why waste an interval here if I can just have them take that or drink away their depression, whichever turns out to be the more desirable option. We still got 12 meat just kind of hanging around, but I think there's like literally nothing we can do about it. In the meantime, let's just jump right away and just check out what's going on with this, because this is intriguing me. There's a lot that are intriguing me. Maybe I don't want to do this one right now in case something happens. I can always edit it, right? I found using that blur tool was kind of like really easy. So let's just do this here. In front of your eyes lays something incredible. A blue fireball floating in the air. A girl is trapped inside, curled up. On her thigh, a rune is tattooed. The closer you get, the warmer it gets. This fire, it's the hottest you've ever seen. How can the girl be uninjured inside? So let's check out the tattoo and see. Oh, Godrun, we need you now more than ever. Oh. Why does she have the K rune tattooed on her leg? Is it an initial letter, or is it to be protected by the rune? If it's the latter, you wonder if she's trapped here because of her tattoo or thanks to it. Maybe it saved her life. Maybe it's killing her. Better find the meaning of the rune if you want to prevent something similar from happening to you. think about what the rune means. 64%. It's a... Oh, lucky. It's Conan, isn't it? This rune represents both the disease and the fire that will purify it. The flames of hope or a fatal wound. Which is it here? Just one wisdom for that. Examine the candles. Cook some meat on the fire. I get it. That doesn't seem right at all. You approach the candles. They look like your average candle if you forget about the blue flames dancing on the wick. Ooh, wow. The air around the candles is very hot, almost burning. You wrap your hand with your tunic and take a candle. Even with your trick, the heat is piercing. Still, you resist the urge to get your hand back somewhere colder. As you put it aside, you notice the flame flickers and then fades. Interesting. You proceed the same way with the other candles, resisting the biting heat, careful not to burn yourself. Each time the candle goes out when it's far enough away from the ball of flame. When you're done, you notice the outer flame circle is no more. Is it changing? Did it change? No, it didn't change. Get near. So we've met a condition. Ooh, boy, oh boy. Tomo is like really rocking the stats we need here. The fireball floats in the air in front of you. The girl curled up inside hasn't moved an inch. Her tattoo, though, seems to have faded a bit. Her skin and hair are light blue, but it might be a trick of your eyes because of the blue firewall between you and her. I don't think this is the Silent Boy's daughter. This seems too mystical and spiritual and whatnot for a brute like Bjorn. I would imagine a brute like Bjorn has the young daughter, despicably locked in some kind of perverse dungeon or cell of some kind for his own twisted pleasure. This seems like something else. Maybe you can free the girl from her prison. She's close. She could be pulled out in exchange for a few burns. Or maybe there's another way. Throw something in the fire. Grab the girl's arm. I don't know if we want to just brute our way through this, right? We need a way to dispel this rune. Fire of hope or disease. If it's hope, then you should feed the fire. If it's a disease, you should try to cure it. Throw a healing herb. Sure. It's disease. The girl is sick and the fire protects her from the outer world. In an attempt to cure the girl, you throw some healing herbs at the fireball. Something really strange happens. You see the grip of the girl on herself loosen as the fireball shrinks a little. Looks like your herbs were not potent enough. You will need a stronger remedy to cure the girl. Still, it's encouraging. Okay, so what else can I throw in there? We didn't lose any stats, so everything should be fine. Fireball floats in the air in front of you. Her tattoo seems to have faded a bit. Skin and hair might just be the firewall. Maybe you can free the girl from her fire prison. Throw something in the fire. Throw one of each. Oh, I need wormwood powder. How do I get that? Reconsider wormwood powder. Wormwood powder. Can I make that here? Celandine, yarrow, angelica, wormwood. Make that, please. Get on that, would you, boys? We didn't get any things in terms of bones. Bonus. So what do you want to talk about, Broman? Well, yeah, interestingly enough, there's like a couple of things. First was like all the support on the marathon videos, like all the views that they've been getting. For me is just phenomenal. I guess that's like the benefit of a continuous uploading schedule is that they actually may get viewed, instead of just dropping a few videos here and there. That's why I stole, oh, look at this, all this meat. Just possibly going to go to waste. Very discouraging. Let's get rid of this one random fish. Some of this seems like overkill, but whatever. But yeah, the consistent views has been very, very positive on that. So that's fabulous. And I'm gonna try to keep up a video a day for Vinland, and then every Monday, Wednesday, Friday for Orwell, which is another good game. But injury. They must have a trait of some description. But yeah, one of the big things happening in all, like if in honesty, even finding Vinland and look at the doggo. Oh, he's so sad. It's raining. Or he's eyeing the meat on the dryer, maybe. One of the two. It's one of those two things. Even with, finding Vinland and establishing myself a consistent schedule, I still have found, in all honesty, that no offense to 2018, but this summer has been like literally the worst for a variety of personal reasons that I won't go into. Again, like I said, everybody's fine. It's not a big deal. It's just the worst summer of my life. But one of the big changes that I've been teasing and dropping here and there, looks like it is going to come to fruition. And that is, of course... Can you be healed by your wife? Probably not the wisest choice. Looks like we're moving. Nothing drastic. 14. But just kind of, from one side of small town Canada to the other. So it's like literally like 100 feet. Like, and that's almost like not even a joke. Obviously it's more than 100 feet, but yeah, that is going to happen within the next month. So all the benefits and bonuses that I've kind of enjoyed and built for myself over the last couple of months in terms of YouTubing and really getting into the groove with these recordings could be thrown in the air if I'm not able to adjust and get set up. Oh, I love this dog mechanic. Is just I really, really like that. I can't feed him meals, eh? Lock the currently selected action, preventing it to be reset to rest every half day, as long as the energy doesn't fall below the corresponding threshold. Interesting. I'd like to know how this works. I imagine it just goes... Adds the Kari's doggy trait to Kari. Adds to everyone. Holy cow, that's amazing. Wow. Huh. Oh, and there is holy jeez. I'm okay for the... I was skeptical when I read the thing, and oh yeah, it was only 2 something Canadian bits, dollars. I thought, okay, it's just gonna be a nice little thing. You might be able to take the dog with you, give you a relationship buff or whatever. But yeah, I'm quite pleased. Energy and bone cost. Yeah, restorative sleep. Energy recovered overnight is increased. We don't have any materials, but. Energy of every action is reduced. Recovery increased. Trait gained is even greater. Injury loss is greater. Yeah, so it buffs your dog, obviously, which makes sense. The action, get it. What is get it? Oh, it is that one. Okay. What about the one that finds us more bones? I want bones. Affection. What is the action called? The action is called fetch. So we're looking for fetch. Action. Look wounds play. Action. Affection loss. Fetch find. Increased by 0 to 1. Fetch find. Increased by 0 to 1. So we got to go through this to get to that. Meat and bones. We are so behind the 8-ball and bones, and it looks like just about everything here needs quite a substantial amount of bones to increase. Very pleased to see this, though. We're all right with affection. So this is the only thing that affects. The amount of affection determines which upgrades are available to the dog. So we'd only want to build those up to make use of these. I'm still going to feed the dog. That's just the way it's going to go. But yeah, so it looks like we're moving. I keep saying possibly, and I don't need to do that. I was really on board with the whole thing, and then it started to become like a possible reality, and it was like, oh, wait a minute. Maybe it will possibly move. Or yeah, when we think of, no, we're moving. It's going to happen. I've basically been told that. Do we get our powder? We did get our powder. So we're going to go talk to the quiet guy. Oh no, that was the ball of fire. We're going to go talk to the ball of fire, throw in all those powders, see how that goes, and that should take us to essentially the end of the video. You guys can now get back to one of these ones, an injury one. That sounds good. Do we have any of these on hand already? Don't really know. We'll repair a couple of things just to put Broman of the future, because I'm going to have to step away from the computer after this video. Look at the charisma on these ladies. Just well, not 3 generations. They're probably like basically the same generation, right? Family, sisters, you know, very Ben Gesserit. I don't know how you pronounce that. I'm a big Dune fan, but I don't know how you know, the line of women and the shared history and knowledge between them from the Dune series. Very interesting stuff. We see that witnessed here. Why does this keep bringing me? Oh, because you don't want to be there. That makes sense. So we'll bring Bloodwed back out, and we'll bring Kari back over, and yeah, that's all fine. We don't want to be hunting though, because we are there. Okay. Yes, we're gonna go to the fire, and we're not gonna advance any more intervals in this particular video. Let's just put you here as a placeholder. Oh, and there was a new thing here you could do. It was look for a fight. Yeah, that's interesting. Based on hunting. Yeah, we're not gonna play with that obviously, because we're done with that lifestyle. But Tomo can come over here, you can come here, and you can come here, and that'll set us up nicely for the next interval. But before we get to that, we're gonna go through here, and we're gonna throw some herbs in the big ball of fire. We've seen this many times. Her tattoo is faded, everything's light blue. Maybe you can free the girl, throwing something into the fire. Try to cure it. Throw a healing herb. Throw one of each healing powder. It's disease. The girl is sick, and the fire protects her from the outer world. In an attempt to cure the girl, you throw every healing powder you know of. So just one of each. That's good, because we were kind of low on a few of them, but that's okay. It progresses our blue balls. Each powder you throw, you see the grip of the girl on herself loosen, and the fireball shrinking. At last, the fireball implodes. The girl is released and falls on the ground. You notice her skin is really light blue. It wasn't a trick of your eyes. Her hair is white as snow, though. She doesn't appear to be breathing. You approach her and try to get a pulse. When your skin touches her, something horrific happens. Her skin starts ulcerating, starting from where you touched her. You can only witness as her flesh decays and turns to ashes. A few minutes later, all that's left of the blue girl is a pile of ashes. Among them, there's a small bead made of a strange golden metal. As you retrieve the trinket, you can't help but feel relieved for the girl. Now she's free from her eternal torment, isn't she? And we got a bead that we already had 2 of. That is so sad. Healing dust. Interesting. Wow. Again, some of these map interactables have been the highlight for me, and just seeing some of these strange I just love weird things like that. And that kind of brings me to the point I'm going to go out on here. Is like everything is pointing to this being more realistic, and you know what is actually happening in the story is actually happening. Go back, way back in the history of Roman and Vinland, and you'll see me talk about how wouldn't it be neat if this whole experience was really just like some kind of strange purgatory. They're doomed to repeat all this stuff over and over again forever because they're actually dead. You know, when they left their longboat, they actually just perished. As sad as that might be, I thought that was an interesting idea, and I'm kind of sad to see that we're not probably not going to get anything that that deep, needlessly deep. And it kind of disappoints me, but you can't always get everything that you want, right? The storyteller in me just wants more and more and more. Obviously, from a practical standpoint, you've got to have a game that has a coherent beginning, middle, and end, and not get too high up, high and mighty, and up your own behind with your deep insights that nobody else gives two fracks about. Anyway, thanks again. Thanks very much. See you soon.